Hey, what's up, everyone? It is Sunday. Just want to kind of take a look out here. This is my view from my guest room in my house. It's kind of cool looking out there today. Got a little snow. So, hey, I just want to talk to you a little bit about kind of what goes on here with me. I posted a question yesterday about Saturday and Sunday, and I kind of realized that I actually post a little bit less on Saturday and Sunday, which is not a bad thing. It's just a question about how you treat your week and how you treat your weekend, and do you ever turn it off? And I do turn it off sometimes. It just takes a little work to try and turn it off as much as I should, but that's a tough thing to do. I don't know how many of you watch me, how many of you know how much I post, where I post, and all that stuff. But really, it started out as a marketing thing to get a little bit more business. And you'll see, like yesterday, I posted something about an exterior shade sale that we're having with the company that I work at, Blind Appeal. And that's why my name is Wes at Blind Appeal. I'm just trying to build a brand for myself. And so a lot of times that comes from giving someone something of value other than what you actually are selling, and I'm not trying to sell something to you every single day. I just want you to know who I am and who I trust, or so that you trust me and you want to buy from me or call me, or maybe you know someone and say, hey, that guy's a pretty stand-up guy. That's what we're trying to do. This is the kind of person that I like to help out. So just kind of why I do what I do. Other than that, when I started doing this, that was kind of what it was all started out to be. And I started just posting tons of stuff about the business and realized that I found a pretty good outlet for some of the other stuff that I like to do. I was a teacher for 4 years. I worked at Les Schwab for 11, and I turned around and hurt my knee, and I went back to college, and I got a degree. I got a bachelor's degree in teaching. I taught PE for 2 years in Marsing, Idaho, and then 2 in Middleton, Idaho at the high school because I wanted to be a high school teacher. Also coached baseball while I was doing that for 5 years, and I really missed that. I want to get back into it, but this kind of took over, and it's a little bit different when you have a complete 9 to 5 job every single day, and you're going out and you're trying to build business for yourself. So some of the things that I've been doing to market, I started out with Facebook, and it was mostly just advertising and doing ads on Facebook. I didn't really promote myself. I didn't really post. And then I was sitting in getting my hair cut one time at a barbershop, which for some reason I end up hanging out with barbers a lot. They seem to kind of click. I kind of like that feel. It kind of reminds me of the movie Barbershop, when you go in there and you sit down and you talk, and it's a place for good conversation and all that. And so I run into a lot of barbers and guys like, hey, you need to read Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk. And so I did. And when I did that, I realized that maybe I'm not posting enough, and maybe I'm not getting my name out there enough. And then I started to listen to his podcast, and I ran into some other people and followed some other people and started listening to Lewis Howes and things like that, and realized that maybe what I was doing was having a negative effect on me. And I've always been that glass half empty guy. And so it really clicked when I had a bad month, and I changed the way that I looked at it versus what is someone not giving me? Why is it my fault that, or what are they doing? And I flipped the reality, and I looked at it as it was my deal. It's me. The reason why I was so negative about it and so unhappy was me. I knew I was a hard worker and I could do everything I could to get my business, but that's when it really turned around for me. And so as I started listening to that, and I changed the way that I looked at things and my perspective on things, I realized that it is all about perspective. If you have a negative perspective on everything that's happening, it's going to be negative. And the problem is that society right now dictates that negativity is the way to go. Every time you turn on the news, every time you look at anything, it's always about the negative side. It's very rare that you see the positive side. And if you don't believe me, go take a look. Go look on the news app, any news app that you have, and find one positive story in all of those negative things. You might find one or two, but there's probably 100 stories on that app that are telling you, hey, these are all the bad things that are going on right now in the country. What about the good things? There's tons of good things going on right now. There's a lot of hardworking people out here who are busting their butts but don't say anything because they're busy working, and they don't look at the negative things, and they don't bank on those things. And that's what I tried to do. And once I did that, it was just a completely different turnaround. But with that, along with that, came with posting multiple times a day, because if you do listen to Gary Vee, or you listen to most social media marketers, they're going to have two schools of thought. The one is you need to post as many times as you can so that your name rolls in their feed all day long on as many platforms as you can. So it's always there and it's always on your mind. And so that's one of the things that I do. I mean, I'm trying to keep my face in your feed so that when you need it, it rolls past your face. Oh, hey, I don't need window coverings right now, but this guy's got some really good stuff to say too on top of that. So, that drove me to some other things, which kind of pushed me to wanting to be more of like a motivational speaker, because when I was teaching, I liked the fact that I was able to teach kids and give them something that they needed, but I didn't like all the parameters that went with that. A lot of times teachers get bogged down with parents saying, hey, why is my kid failing? How is it his fault? It's your fault. You're a bad teacher, blah, 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 blah. Well, in reality, their kid's going home and telling them one story, and it's a whole different situation. And this even happens in PE. I mean, you have kids that don't dress down. I mean, they're just not going to dress down. They fail your class, and the parents are mad because they fail your class. And it's like, all you had to do is put your clothes on and participate. Real tough. So that's what I like about this. That's what I think about being a motivational speaker. Is it's nice because now there's no response. People can't. It's all on them. It's all on everyone else to make the best thing for themselves. They have no one to blame except for themselves. And so, if you're not a hard worker, you're going to have to learn to be. If you really want to get your dream, that's what you're going to have to do. If you really want to do the things that you want to do, you're going to have to work for it. And I found that, once I started posting like that, I started getting calls. People started to see me. People started to know who I was. People started to get an idea of what I was. So if you really want your advertising, however it is, stop selling your product and start selling you, because that's who they're buying from. They're not buying from, I work for Blind Appeal. They're going to buy it from Blind Appeal in the end, but they like what I'm doing, not what, they don't see necessarily what the company's doing. Now, that's not for everything. I mean, we do have other ways of advertising with the company, which work great. We hand out flyers to every new home that closes, and things like that. And those work great. The problem is we're rolling into the society where it's not working that way anymore. People are more online. People are looking for reviews. People are looking for more help with those types of things. They look online. It's easy because now all I gotta do is get on this phone that I have in my hand and look it up. I look for a 5-star review. We got one. We're gonna buy it from them. So that's really what it's about, creating that relationship with people so that they'll give you that good review and people will look at that. Not very many people are going to go out. I know for me, like I'll go out, I got a flyer, I know what it was. The other day it was hanging on my door. I pull it off the door, I go throw it away. Doesn't work that way for everyone, but for this younger generation, they don't really care to read on paper what they see. If they can get it on their phone, they're going to get it there, or their computer, or wherever they're at. And so, like the older generations, that's really what they're working on. They're more about, hey, I need a physical copy of that, because that's the way that they were raised and that's the way that it was. There's nothing wrong with that, but we're teaching this generation now to have instant gratification. So they want to see it. They're going to look it up on their phone. They're going to find it there. So that's why posting to social media works so much better. It is a slow growth though. It's just like anything else. You're building a name for yourself and you've got to understand that it's going to take time. So, I'm trying to figure out ways to promote my YouTube channel. I post these videos on my YouTube. I post them on LinkedIn. I post them on IGTV. I post them on regular Instagram. I try to post them in my stories. They're going to Facebook. They're going to Twitter. I post on about 5 or 6 different platforms every single day, because you don't know where people consume their media. And so, that's really what it's about. Making sure that people see your name in the feed, making sure that people are watching you, because you never know when they're going to scroll past and they're going to see that. And that's why posting more is more important. It takes time. You can Google it. You can find out how to do it. I mean, I can post on 4 or 5 different channels as I'm throughout my day, like in between appointments. So like if I do a video like this, I can post it on here right away. I can post it on YouTube, and I can post it on LinkedIn pretty dang quick. It automatically goes to Facebook from here. It automatically goes to Twitter from here. So that's 5 times right there. The idea is to try to get to 50. If you can get to 50 a day, you're on top of it. And that doesn't mean that you have to make 50 different things. That means that you need to post one thing 5 times, 10 times a day, right? There's 50. Real easy. And once you learn how to do it, it's pretty dang quick, but it takes time. So you have to be willing to put the time in. Anyway, I don't really plug my social media very much on here, and that's kind of why I'm going through this today. But I would like, if you're looking for someone to follow, I built my following from about 260 to almost, it's at 1120 right now, in about 4 months. That doesn't seem like a lot when you look at all these people who have like millions of followers, but there's a way to do it. And that is by taking interest in what other people do. And if you're just going over and following someone and then deleting them and back, that's what some people do. That's how you get some followers. They don't delete you back, so then it looks like you got a bunch of followers. Well, the followers that I have are hopefully mostly people that I know and that are wanting to like what I'm doing and are following me and commenting on my posts and things like that. So thank you to all those people who support me. If you do want to follow me, you can follow me at Wes at Blind Appeal, which the name seems a little bit different, but that is me. I'm Wes Tankersley. This is my Blind Appeal page, although it has all my regular content on it. And I haven't figured out when I'll change that, but at some point I probably will just make it Wes Tankersley, just because, it doesn't necessarily need to be. They know who I am. They know what I do. So obviously I'm promoting business, but I'm promoting myself as well. So think about that when you are marketing. Think about those types of things. So like I said, you could follow me at Wes at Blind Appeal on Instagram, on Facebook. I have a Facebook page. I have a YouTube channel, which is Wes at Blind Appeal. The link is in my bio. Also, I'm on Snapchat at Wes at Blind Appeal, on TikTok at Wes at Blind Appeal, on LinkedIn, Wes Tankersley. On Twitter, it's Wes at Blind Appeal. So just, give me a follow. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Support me. I support you. If you're a local business, make sure you hit me a DM. Just not even if you're looking for business, just to tell me, hey, I'm a local business, because I'm starting a podcast. We're going to interview local businesses, and I'd love to interview you if that's something that you want. So I hope that you have a great day and continue to keep it up. Oasis Window Cleaning, I see you, buddy. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. I hope that you're having a great Sunday, and let's get back to it tomorrow. Have a great day.